Evolution of GST in India. The introduction of goods and services tax on 1st July 2017 was a drastic step in the field of indirect tax reformation in India. Indeed, reform ideas do not occur overnight and evolve over the years. Major step regarding the implementation of GST founded by the adoption of value-added tax scheme as in the initial stage with the central excise duties and customs duties. Later it has been enforced to the state value-added tax or to be state sales tax. The first stage of unique taxation system movement traced back to the implementation of MODVAT scheme in 1986 by Union government as with the central excise duty and customs duties. As it will be indicating with the modified value-added tax scheme introduced with the central excise in 1986. But its after effects or its continuation will be merged from 2000 time, while the Government of India set up a committee headed by the former Finance Minister of West Bengal Asim Das Gupta to design a draft model for unique taxation on indirect tax segment through GST itself, as everything will be under single supervision, as it will be the model, unique model, as one taxation system for the entire country, and to put in place the backend technology and logistics for its proper implementation. As there will be several times may be extended, as it may be relating with around 2004 time, there will be a embedded committee also established for proper implementation and formation of GST drafts. While in the budget speech of 2016, the finance minister states that GST should be implemented from 2010 April, and with that time almost all the states in the Union of India to follow value-added tax system. And on that background, Kerala government has been adopted or make changes in the existing Kerala General Sales Tax Act into Kerala Value-added Tax. It paved the way for GST implementation as by adopting speedy automation of tax assessment and collection system by states. And on such backgrounds, as from the budget speech of 2016 by Union Government of India, most of the state governments have been enforced their or adopted their sales tax system into a value-added tax segment, and thereby the state government have been enforced the automation system for the taxation in indirect tax segment. The empowered committee of state finance ministers, which had formulated the design of state value-added tax and request came to the roadmap and structure of GST. Major step regarding with the introduction of unique taxation in the country relating to indirect tax segment will be the appointment of Vijay Kalkar, who is then financial advisor in 2004 time, as to recommend to replace the existing tax regime by adopting GST. And on that background, the former finance minister in their budget states that the medium and long term mission national value-added tax to be implemented by affording goods and services tax and by making concerns between the central and state governments. And it is because that the India follows the federal system, as there will be equal opportunity or equal powers that may be vested with the state governments and central governments, and there should be a consent between the state and central government to enforce a unique taxation system for the entire nation. In 28th February 2016, former finance minister of Union government sets a target to introduce GST from 1st April 2010 itself, and it is the baseline proposal to implement GST by unifying rates. He says that empowered committee of finance ministers will prepare a roadmap for GST, and empowered committee of state finance ministers submit a report titled A Model and Roadmap of Goods and Services Tax in India to Government of India on April 30, 2008 itself. In February 2010, Finance Minister starts mission mode computerization of commercial taxes in India to lay the foundation for GST rollout. In 2011 March, UPA-led government introduced Constitutional Amendment Bill in Lok Sabha to implement GST. Because of the protest from the opposition, bill is sent to a parliamentary committee for detailed scrutiny and verification. Then the Union Finance Minister holds several meetings with the state governments to resolve the issues that may be faced by state governments while after the implementation of GST, and the Finance Minister tried to provide a guarantee for state governments that they may not have any revenue losses as due to the introduction of GST in India. And if there is any revenue losses loss that may be identified with the state governments, it shall be compensated by the government of India itself. Then also there will be some struggles that may be identified as it has not been enforced from the 15th Lok Sabha, and then after in 2014 the next government came into power and the former finance minister Arun Jaitley introduces the bill in the parliament in May 2015. Lok Sabha passes GST bill. The bill taken up in Rajya Sabha and it sent to the select committee for scrutiny. On 1st August 2016, based on a political concerns, Constitutional Amendment Bill on GST was passed on August 2016 after ratification by required number of states legislators and assent by President Mr. Dr. Pranab Mukherjee. A notification issued as it will be indicating with the constitutional amendment for GST inclusion in the Constitution of India. On September 2016, Government of India clears the formation of GST Council, and the first meeting of Council made on September 22, 2017. GST Council make many decisions by agreeing for framing a 4-tier slab structure in GST and additional cess for luxury products, and there will be a provision for the compensation to the state governments if they may have any revenue lossage during the 5 years after introduction of GST. On March 2017, Cabinet approved the CGST, IGST, UTGST and compensation bills, and those were presented by Arun Jaitley in Parliament and passes key GST bills. After the enactment of various GST laws, GST was launched with effect from 1st July 2017 by Sri Narendra Modi as Honorable Prime Minister of India in the presence of Dr. Pranab Mukherjee, then President of India, in a midnight function at the Central Hall of Parliament of India. And it has been made through a around 20 years process, as it will be mainly started its functioning from 2000 time as to step a unique taxation model for India in the entire tax segments, as it may be to avoid or removing the cascading effect of taxation and the burden of public, and also make easiness among the person who may be dealing with or there is a person who may be interacting with the tax department, and making a sense of fully automated system for speedy redressals and redressal of grievances, and also along with the movement of goods and services should be made within a faster way. And on that background, there will be several hurdles faced by as in political sense and also in non-political sense, and there will be concerns that should be maintained with the state governments by Union Government of India, as to ensure they may not have any such financial hurdles that may be occupied with the implementation of GST. And several persons or several finance ministers may be engaged in such practices, and finally it may be coming to a platform as it will be goods and service tax from 1st July 2017 onwards, as with the consent of the President, and also relating with the as on the approval of Constitution of India by 101 the Constitutional Amendment Bill. And that is the evaluation practice regarding with the GST. And GST mainly focusing on one nation, one tax, one market slogan. and it is also focusing on a tax structure, as it will be relating with the around 4 slab structure. Along with there will be compensations will be applicable for luxury products, and mainly regarding with the alcoholic products and liquor products may not be coming to the GST portfolio. And but in the later time, petroleum products may be enhanced to GST, but the alcoholic products may not be coming part of GST, as it will be against the base law of or base definition regarding with the goods and services tax that may be adopted by Government of India with the approval or consent of the state governments. These are the historical backgrounds regarding with the GST implementation, and its working were starting from the framework were started from the 2000 times, and it comes to a progressive manner on 2017 July 1st itself, as by making a legislative movements and making a consent in political manner, and it also identifying a political, social and economic reformation in the country. So, it may not be an overnight practice, it may be a practice that may be carrying with around 2 decades, and that may be came into progress, and the time lapse also affected the proper implementation and smooth running of GST in Indian segment also. But regarding with every new system, its own hurdles, and it should be removed, and it should be paved to a great future in the Indian economy. Then the journey to GST, as from the 2000 time, PM Vajpayee was set up a committee to draft GST law. On 2004, a task force concludes GST must be implemented to improve current tax structure. 2006, Finance Minister proposes GST introduction from April 1, 2010, and 2007, CST to be phased out. Rates reduced from 4% to 3%, as it will be central sales tax, and that have complete control maintained by central government for interstate supplies, as it will be, for example, the supply of goods from Tamil Nadu to Kerala, as it will be levied, tax will be levied by central government also, as in the form of CST before the implementation of GST. Then in 2008, Empowered Committee finalizes dual GST structure, have a separate levy legislation, as it will be relating with as by identifying the federal system of India or accommodating the federal system of India. We have focusing the supreme powers of state and union government, and on that background, dual GST structure has been recommended by the Empowered Committee. As in today's scenario, it is has been enforced. As for Kerala itself, there will be Kerala GST, and also there will be central goods and services tax also levied for intra-state supply or supply within the Kerala state, as in the aspects of Kerala government scenario itself. Then 2010, project to computerize commercial tax launched, but GST implementation postponed. As in 2010 itself, value tax segment may be commercialized. In 2005, value tax scheme introduced in most of the nation states in the country, and around 2010, most of the states were introduced a fully automated computerized system for value tax in sales tax. In 2011, constitutional amendment bill to enable GST law introduced. Then 2012, standing committee begins discussion GST, but stalled it over close to 2007-98. Standing committee tables its report on GST. On 2014, GST bill reintroduced on Parliament by Finance Minister. 2015, GST bill passed in Lok Sabha but not passed in Rajya Sabha. 2016, Goods and Services Tax Network goes on, as with the support of Infosys Group. 2016, amended model GST law passed in both the assent given by President. Then 2017, 4 supplementary GST bills passed in Lok Sabha and approved by Cabinet. Rajya Sabha passes the GST bills. Final GST implemented on July 1st, 2017. Then GST launched on 1st July, and it is paved the way for better economic growth in the economy, and some hurdles also faced in the GST system in today itself also, as it will be the initial stage as like a child itself, and in future it may be in a progressive way. That will be the big journey regarding with the introduction of GST in India.